Hello. Today I'm going to do an overview of the new Mercedes-Benz infotainment system called Mercedes-Benz User Experience, or short MBUX. Currently I'm sitting in 2020 GLE. However, this system is now across most of Mercedes models, including GLS, A-Class, GLB, etc. And eventually it's going to be across all Mercedes. So I just wanted to do an overview to show you how to operate it and kind of give you quick tips so that you can, whether you just got yourself a new Mercedes or you just want to know a little bit more about it. So let's get to it. So with this system, there are 3 ways you can control it, or really 4. The 4th one being voice. You can just use your voice command and it's going to do various things for you, which I'm going to demonstrate momentarily. But for the first time, Mercedes-Benz has also introduced a touchscreen, so you can obviously use that. It's such a nice interface. Everything is so smooth. Everything is just so nice. They did a really good job with that. So you can do that, or you can also use here on the steering wheel. On the right side, there is something called a black touch button. Okay, and if I just slide my finger over that, it obviously moves with the menu, and if I want to select something, I simply just press down on that black button. So that's the second way. And the third way is there's also a pad right here in the middle console, and you would just use it like on your laptop. There's a nice little haptic feedback, so you can feel when you go from menu to menu, and that is the third way to operate it. So this is the main menu. To get to the main menu, you can press on this home button here. It's also on the steering wheel and on the pad, and to go from various menu to menu, one more thing you can do is there are little shortcuts here right next to your trackpad where you can go straight to navigation, for example. So I press on the button, it takes me straight to navigation. By the way, this navigation on this MBUX is super nice. The depth finishing is great. Some of them come with augmented video where it shows you a live feed of when to turn. And so, for example, if I want to, put in an address, just click on where to, and then it's got an actual keyboard, and I would just plug it in. So it's really nice and simple. Or with your, voice command, you can do something like this. And this is a new thing that Mercedes-Benz has introduced. Its new voice command has been redesigned, and it's so intuitive, and you can just talk to the car. So you would do something like this: "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help?
Take me to the nearest gas station." Alright, she's going to process it. Then she's going to show me the closest gas stations.
Here's what I found. Where do you want to go?
Let's say I want to go to Quick Trip. Just press on that, and immediately takes me there.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
At the same time, you can say, "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help?
Cancel navigation."
Stopping route guidance.
Perfect. And the great thing is, you can use your voice command for anything in the vehicle. So you can tell her to adjust your temperature. Or I'm gonna do one more thing. "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help?
Turn my heated seats on."
I'm switching on the seat heating.
Perfect. And the best thing is, she knew it was on the driver's side. So there are microphones around the vehicle. So if the passenger would say the same command, the heated seats would turn on the right side. So let's just go through some of this menu here, just so that you can see how to operate it. Obviously, first you want to connect your phone when you get a new Mercedes. That will be obvious under the phone settings. You would just press on this button here and click on connect new device, and then you would just go to your Bluetooth setting on your phone, look up MBUX and the specific number that it shows you here, press on it on your phone, and it's going to pair. Super simple, super easy. But now most new Mercedes also come with wireless charger, which is going to be here in the middle console, and it's got also something called NFC touchpad. So if you put your phone on the pad, the Bluetooth is going to sync automatically, and you never have to go through the setting. But that's only for the vehicles that have that wireless charging function. Right here, when you go to radio, it's really nice because I'm gonna turn on the music. Go Sirius XM, AM, FM. Let's say your favorite station is put the volume completely down. Is Hits 1, so you can make it your favorite by selecting right here, and now it's going to be my favorite. And then there's one here already, but if I hold it, click on delete, it's going to disappear. So that is really simple. Also, to go to the previous screen, you can either press here on the steering wheel on the back, kind of looks like a backspace. It's also on the trackpad. Pressing that brings you back. Under media is where you know, if you want to play music from your phone, once you once you connect the Bluetooth, under the media your phone would appear, and then you can listen to whatever you want to listen to. Under comfort setting, that's where there's something called seat kinetics, where if you press on little play, your seat moves every once in a while to make sure that you don't get sore on long drives. And under ambient lighting, most new Mercedes also come with ambient lighting feature, where you can pick 64 different colors, or you can actually tell the car, so you can say, "Hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
change ambient lighting to blue."
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Perfect, and now it's going to be blue all around. Under information here, you can just get some, you know, more information about the vehicle. You can, for example, see how much are your wheels turn. It's you know, more information about your engine, how much horsepower we're using when you drive, and even the operator's manual is here. So if you have any questions about the car, you can always go here. But you can also check out this YouTube video, which is going to help as well. But one nice thing about this operator's manual is that it actually shows you some animations of how to use some of the stuff. So for example, if your vehicle is equipped with Distronic, which is the adaptive cruise control, you can press on this and it's going to show you a quick video on how the system works and how to activate it. So it is, again, super easy to operate. It's pretty straightforward, as long as you know that you can use either your finger here, or use the steering wheel, which I would do most of the time when I'm driving, or the trackpad here in the middle, which is easily accessible for the passenger. It is really easy to use. One more thing I'll mention is that you can go left and right, but you can also go down and up. So down here there are themes, so each theme here seats a C and S. Theme is going to change your drive mode. Now there's a little dynamic button here next to your trackpad where you can actually adjust it yourself. But so these are kind of a preset themes, where if you put it in a sport setting, for example, or this sport experience, everything here changes into yellow colors, and it's going to show you more displays. So it's kind of like a customizable way of how to adjust your screens, but that really is just mostly about the visual. It doesn't really add any extra stuff. And then lastly, if you go even lower, that's where you can set your favorites. So there are already some favorites from the factory, but what I would like to use it for, when you click on create favorite, for example, under navigation, you can set your home address as your favorite, and then you would always just, again, if you're here in the main menu, you just scroll down till you get your favorites, and then there's going to be a little button with a house on it. That means your house home address. You press on it, immediately it takes you there. That is just a quick overview of this screen right here. So let me now move on to the screen in the front of me as the driver behind the steering wheel, because it's going to be similar but more features that you can do right there. Alright, so now moving to the screen here in the middle, in front of the driver, your left side of the steering wheel is the only way that you can operate that screen, okay? So it's gonna have the same touch button like you have on the right side, where the right side of the steering wheel operates the screen on the right. Obviously, the left side is gonna operate the screen on the left, the one right in front of you. So just like in the first instance, you can just slide left and right over the touch button, and there are three different various menus. This, of course, on the left, in the middle, and then on the right. And each of them you can adjust, so because you can actually change the way that it's going to be. So for example, I can go down here, see it's highlighted, and I can change what I see. So for example, I can have my navigation right there if I wanted to, or I can have my G-force, or I can have my sensor here. It shows me how far I am behind the vehicle in front of you, because it actually show you a picture of a vehicle in front of you, just show you the distance. So if I scroll back here in the middle, I click on the home button on the left side of the steering wheel, it shows me what exactly I can see on this screen. So here in the middle, just like in the others, here I can have my navigation as well, or I can have see what my radio station is on, or what media is currently plugged in. So anything like that, anything that I showed you on the screen on the right, you can have here on the screen on the left as well. Now one pretty cool thing is, let's say I'm in navigation, so it shows me right in the middle, but if I scroll down and I click on display, the whole thing becomes my nav, which I think is pretty nice. And you can use this for anything. So this backspace again brings you back. So if, let's say I want to have, you know, my trip here, scroll down and then make it a display again, then the whole thing changes to my current trip. It shows me current consumption. Of course, you still have the speed, what's your range and all of that. So everything can be kind of put on the full display. But I'd say most people like it the traditional way, where they have simply the speed right there in front of you. And then lastly, I can also scroll here to the left side and change what I see in that menu too. I can have my clock there, or trip information, all of that. So as you can see, everything is super customizable right here in front of me, as well as right here on the right side. One thing, it's not exactly useful, but it's just fun when I go here to my designs. Right now it's in a classic, but if I like it a little bit sportier and I select that, everything, both of the screens change to a sport, which is, you know, nice sporty and yellow. And then there's just different settings that you can use. But if you ask me, my favorite one is definitely the classic one right here. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is that this vehicle also have, or actually not only this one, but most new Mercedes now come already from the factory with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And for that, there's a little port here next to your wireless charger. Now notice the port is smaller than a USB, so now Mercedes-Benz uses USB-C. So for that you have to use a mid connector. Now most of the Mercedes already come with that connector in the glove box, so that you can plug that in and then plug your regular charger into it. So you can have basically two cables connected, one that goes in there, unless you buy, you know, just a actual USB-C to whatever phone you're currently using, Android or Apple. Anyway, once you plug it into this port, and this port only, that's the only one it's going to work in. If you're familiar with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you already know that the screen of your phone gets projected on this screen right here in the middle of the vehicle, and you can use most of the compatible apps such as Waze or Google Maps or Apple Maps or Pandora, Spotify, anything like that. With that said, on this right side of the steering wheel, there's a little button with the for voice commands. So if you press it up while your Apple CarPlay is connected, it's going to activate Siri. And then with Siri you can do everything that you would do with Siri: make phone calls, make text messages, receive text messages, respond back without ever touching the screen or your phone, because everything is just done with your voice. I hope this helped. I hope it wasn't too long. It's just a quick overview of how the system works. If you have any questions, I'm going to include my email in the description. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe or like. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.